everybody, Chef Eduardo Garcia, the co-founder of Montana Mex. I'm a professional chef, and more than anything with our company, we are in the business of bringing people to food and community and nutrition through play in the kitchen. That's what we get up to every day. Jordan, I'm psyched to be in the kitchen with you.
Eduardo, it's so good to be with you. I'm Jordan Friend, and I'm the outreach coordinator for Montana WIC. WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children, and serves pregnant, postpartum, and breastfeeding moms, as well as infants and children up to their 5th birthday. So I'm excited to talk about food and nutrition and how it helps kids grow up strong and healthy and happy.
The dish that we're just gonna slide into this program that I think is just perfect for summer and definitely perfect for group involvement, because I know a lot of folks are cooking with kids. We're gonna make vegetable fritters.
Yum.
Love a vegetable fritter.
Yes.
You can utilize almost any veggie in a vegetable fritter, whether it's a hard vegetable like a beet, onions, corn, or a leafy green like chard. And then dipping sauces. Everybody, including kids, I imagine,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Love to dip and dunk and play with their food. So we'll make a couple aiolis, and aioli comes from the Mediterranean, and so really, it's a mayonnaise to start with. We have a few different ingredients to play with. We have some acid, citrus, lemon, and lime. We have salt, pepper, some red chili seasonings, some of the herbs that we picked up in my garden, and also the garlic scapes from the market. I will probably start by just chopping up some of my veggies. I'll grab a few garlic scapes, fresh herbs, keep it a little chunky. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. And so before I squeeze this lemon into the aioli, I want to zest it first. I don't want to go much deeper than that. I don't want to go down to the white.
Right.
I think when you get down into the white or the pith, then you start to add some bitterness. So you just want the very outside. So I'm going to add the juice from my lemon too. Doing it, stirring.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get it.
I'm gonna take a little test to see what we're doing here. Ooh. That's not too bad.
Not too bad?
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy with this.
Me too.
So we got our aiolis done.
Yes.
Right? We got our aiolis prepped out. Next step for getting our mise en place together, or all our bits together, is let's get our vegetables prepped for the filling. Maybe some corn, some onions, some broccoli, and some beets.
Beautiful.
I have some spinach. I have some chard. And I'm also gonna put garlic in my fritter batter. And I'm gonna grate some Gruyere cheese into mine. What do you think about that?
I think that sounds amazing.
Oh, look at that beet. That's a beautiful beet too.
Looks like a big radish.
Okay, leafy greens are going in the pot. Just like that. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep the spinach on its bases like this too. I'm gonna just throw the whole things in. Yeah, so well, these greens have been in for about a minute. You can see their color is bright, vibrant green right now. So blanching is another great way to keep the color bright. And then putting them into cold water, have some ice in here, that just helps the veggies stop cooking.
Right, we're keeping all those beautiful nutrients in there for our families.
Once you have them blanched off, you just want to squeeze out all that excess water. So now I'm going to give them a chop. So whether you're using zucchini, zucchini holds a lot of water too. You're trying to get as much of that liquid out. Otherwise it'll dilute your fritter batter and it'll not stick together as well.
When I think about our wonderful WIC population, it's so much more than just moms and babies. It is grandparents, it's foster parents, it's dads, it's uncles and aunts.
Well, you know what's neat about that, and that I love, is you're encouraging multi-generational engagement in an act that is so elemental to not only our good health, but our good life. We're talking about generational wisdom, and what better way to bring it out than through play?
Yeah, definitely.
Right? All right, Jordan, filling looks great. I'm gonna add the cheese to mine. So we'll start with 1 egg each.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice, thank you. Thank you, chickens. There is a lot of nutrition packed into this beautiful thing. So we'll do 1 egg in. Cool, so I just like to get my eggs lightly beaten, like that. We're gonna add anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 cup of flour. So I'm gonna start with just under 1/2 cup. And then I'm gonna add all my veg to this, and cheese. And lightly mix until well incorporated. There we go. Yeah, so that's holding together, right?
Right.
Yeah, and the test is just gonna be in the pan. I'm gonna get some pans heated up. We'll start frying our fritters.
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Love it.
All right, Jordan, here we are. Our batters are prepped out. We have our beet, corn, broccoli batter. our leafy green batter.
Yes.
Gruyere cheese, spinach chard. Got a good cast iron pan. You can use a non-stick pan. You just want it to be more of a heavy, thicker pan for high heat cooking like frying. And we're gonna use an avocado oil. And we're gonna wanna fry these fritters over a medium-high heat, so that looks about right. We're not deep frying, so this is just pan frying in a skillet. So we're really just gonna add enough oil to coat the bottom. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can shape them with your hands. Depending on the vegetables you're using, you know, it may stick together well enough that you can just scoop it with a spoon. But we're going for about a 1/4 cup.
Okay.
I say that, what's that, the size of a plum maybe?
Right.
Yep, and then we're just gonna put it right in the pan, almost like a ball, if you will. Just like that. And then just push down to flatten it just a little bit. Should we give this one a flip and see how it's looking? So I think the cooking time definitely is gonna vary depending on how thick your fritters are, what size your fritters are. The rule of thumb is gonna be 2 to 3 minutes per side, and that's good and done. So this fritter looked good, right? It was browning along the edges.
Yes.
I think another note too is because we're shallow frying, is get some of that oil dancing around to all the sides.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're gonna watch that it's gonna splatter. I think these are starting to look good too.
Okay.
Oh!
Popcorn.
That must be it. That's the popcorn. That's the popcorn. So if we start seeing the pan get a little dry, we'll continue to add just a little bit of oil throughout the process. I think these are looking great. I think they're all looking great, yeah.
Pretty good. They smell incredible.
They do. This top side was the first side to go down nice and brown, so I'd give it a flip, and if it looks like that on the other side, I'd say we're good to go.
Bubbly and happy?
Yeah,
okay.
Bubbly and happy, nice and brown and crispy on the bottoms and sides.
Okay.
Yep. Also too, with sort of a fritter recipe like this, you can cook these off, cook more than you need. Once they've cooled down, you can freeze those. And when you want to reheat them, turn your oven on to 350, put them on a cookie tray, and you can reheat them back in the oven until they're nice and crispy on the outside again.
Yeah, that's awesome. When your toddler gets hungry an hour after dinner time, you're just ready to go with another one.
Jordan, our vegetable fritters look
Gorgeous.
terrific.
Yes.
We have our, let's see, yours are?
Corn, beets, and broccoli.
Excellent. The ones that I made are Gruyere, spinach chard, so cheese and leafy greens.
The spicy dip is so good.
Mmm, the corn almost adds extra crunch to it.
Yes, the corn is the best.
That's lovely.
I like the beet though. It's not a very strong flavor, but it's like an earthy flavor. It's really yummy.
How was it for you going through it?
I was pleasantly surprised by how much of the process I can do. I think it is completely accessible and something that I'm going to be doing at my home, and I'm hoping that other people do at their home. It's delicious, it's full of flavor and full of nutrients.
Yeah.
And so thank you so much for having us today and getting to make such a beautiful meal. It was amazing.
Yeah, my pleasure. Here we are, bringing a bunch of nutritious messaging and a bunch of nutritious cooking out there to Montana. Thank you for having me. It's my honor to bring Montana Mex and sort of what I do with food to this program.
Definitely.
A real treat.